So iPadOS 17 is going to be coming out probably in the next 6 months, so we still have quite a bit of time of when this specific version of software is going to be coming out. But one thing is for sure, we kind of have an idea of which devices are probably going to end up getting this specific version of software. Now, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be a major crazy release. I think it's going to be pretty minor. If you look at iPadOS 16, that was actually a pretty big update, but the specific iPads that were supported with iPadOS 16 were actually much higher than I originally thought. And what I mean by this is there were many iPads on this specific version of software that I just thought they weren't going to get this version of software. I thought they were going to stop at iPadOS 15. Now, one thing we also have to kind of keep in mind is that from iPadOS 15 to iPadOS 16, Apple did discontinue a few devices. They stopped supporting the iPad mini 4 and they stopped supporting the iPad Air 2 as well. So with those products in mind, I doubt Apple is going to go ahead and discontinue a bunch of different products again. I don't think they're going to discontinue like 5 or 6 different products. I think they might discontinue like one iPad in particular. But in this case, when you kind of look at their current lineup, I'm pretty sure Apple is going to end up probably discontinuing the iPad 5th generation at the very least. I think at the very least that's what Apple's probably going to end up doing. I still think it's a pretty decent performing iPad. I don't use it every day, but I use it sometimes, and for a majority of things, even on iPadOS 16, it actually handles things pretty well, which is actually pretty interesting. But this does bring us to another group of iPads, and those are the iPads that still have the A9 chip or a variation of that A9 chip. So when you look at iPads like the iPad 6th generation and or the iPad, Pro, the first generation or two, those iPads did have an A9 chip or a variation of that A9 chip. They may have had like the A9X chip or different situations like that. So it's still not 100% too clear to me of which one is going to be lasting the longest, or which one's going to be supported. But if I had to guess, I would probably guarantee the iPad 5 is definitely going to be discontinued. I don't really see why that iPad's going to be continuing on that much longer, but also some other iPads with that A9 chip inside. I don't know if Apple's going to discontinue them or not. I think there's a humongous advantage of Apple kind of displaying and advertising that all of the iPad Pro models are supported, where only certain models of the other iPads are supported still. I think that's kind of, a big takeaway from Apple, and for them to start discontinuing some iPad Pro models, this would be the first time they would discontinue software on an iPad Pro since they've made them. So I think iPadOS 17 could be, I think it's going to be a smaller update. Like I said, I think it's going to be mostly refinements, but I would be curious to see what Apple, kind of does with their iPad lineup. I would assume that, the iPad Pro 9.7 inch, the iPad Pro 12.9 inch, the iPad 6th and 5th generation are probably going to get discontinued. So I guess we'll see what happens. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.